Hello, fans or sports fans, and welcome to Sports. I'm your host, Nick Jungers, and today we'll be talking about sports. For those of you who watched the Pro Bowl, which probably wasn't a lot of you because it's the Pro Bowl, it was actually pretty exciting. It was close, and there were a lot of really cool trick plays on special teams. I mean, until the fourth quarter when it turned into a blowout and a game of two-hand touch, like a game of middle school recess when the big kids team up on the little kids. But besides that, there was also the NHL All-Star Game, which I didn't watch. However, I did hear about it, and congratulations to John Scott for your MVP performance. It was well-deserved, and with everything going on, I bet it really helped. But enough about the games that don't matter. It's time for the game that matters most. Super Bowl Sunday is coming up. Here's the thing. The main storylines are Cam's amazing MVP season and what is likely to be Peyton Manning's last game. Now, he hasn't gone on record to say it's his last game. However, we saw Father Time catch up to him. He was out for a large part of the season due to injury, and so I think the only reason he's saying that he has not decided to officially retire after the game or state that is because I don't think he wants to go in with that mindset. I mean, everyone already knows and is assuming, but it's still a better mindset to have that, okay, there's still more. But honestly, I do think it's the Sheriff's last ride, and I've been a Peyton Manning fan for a while, and so it's hard because the Panthers are a worthy, they are the favorite, and they deserve to be. I could definitely see this see what happened to the Broncos 2 years ago happen again on Sunday. I don't think it's going to. One, they got rid of the orange jerseys, which were just bad luck for the Broncos. And two, what happened in the in Super Bowl 48 against the Seahawks, the Broncos had the number one offense, but they were going up against the number one defense. And sometimes the best offense is the best defense. And I know Von Miller was out with a torn ACL, and so their defense wasn't as strong. It didn't have that anchor that it has this year. And so that was a big thing, is the defense, Seattle's defense overpowered Denver's offense, and Denver's defense couldn't handle Seattle's offense. But it's going to come down again to that this year with Carolina's great offense, MVP. Even when they lost their top receiver in the preseason, they've shown what they are and have won all but one game. And then we have the Broncos. Peyton Manning, his whole career, he's been the star of the team, and now he's taken a backseat to a running game and a powerhouse defense. I mean, the Broncos' pass rush just demolished New England's offensive line. And so that's what they're going to need to do again to Carolina, is they have to show Cam no mercy. They have to get to him like they got to Tom Brady. And because another thing that happened was Denver dug themselves into such a big hole that they had to pass on every play. And I mean, it takes away from it takes away from the expected. So a big thing it's going to come down to is Carolina's offense versus Denver's defense and Denver's running game. I know Carolina has had a strong defense, and so Denver's running game, C.J. Anderson and Ronnie Hillman, they're going to need to step up, take that burden off of Peyton Manning's shoulder, run down the clock, keep your defense off the field, because they're going to be tired from trying to hold up Cam Newton. So I'm expecting a great game. It's going to come down to the wire, and honestly, if this game is more than 7 points apart, I will be legitimately surprised. However, that said, I should probably make a prediction, and I know I dabbed with Cam Newton and MVP, but there's just something telling me that the Denver defense is going to pull this out. Peyton Manning, and knowing that it's his last game, despite that inner thought that says it's not going to be, his last game, I think he's going to go out on top like John Elway. I don't think he's going to be the MVP. I think there's a great chance for Demaryius Thomas, Emmanuel Sanders, one of the wide receivers, or Von Miller or DeMarcus Ware. DeMarcus Ware, he is playing in his first Super Bowl, and so it's for him to win it and also be Super Bowl MVP would be amazing. It's really sad because you have DeMarcus Ware on one side and Jared Allen on the other. Two of the best defensive players over the past decade, and one of them has to lose. And you don't know if one of them is going to get another shot at this. But again, I'm going to pick Denver with Super Bowl MVP. I'm going to say DeMarcus Ware. I know there have only been like 9 defensive Super Bowl MVPs, but I'm going with DeMarcus Ware as my Super Bowl MVP, and Denver is going to win by 5. I don't know how they're going to win by 5. You usually don't win by 5. You usually win by 3, 4, or 7, or 1. But I'm predicting they win by 5. I don't know what the score is going to be, but they're going to win by 5. And so, yeah, that has been today's episode of Welcome to Sports. Feel free to like, comment, and or subscribe. I would love to hear from you guys what your opinions, if I made a wrong prediction at all. And feel free to follow me on social media, Instagram and Twitter, that at NJUNGERS19. If you follow me on Twitter, I'll be live tweeting the entire Super Bowl. And it's my first time live tweeting something, so that'll be even more exciting. So thank you again for tuning into Welcome to Sports, and I will see you next week with my recap and talking about free agencies.